It's fine. You can just do it. Sorry, I'm talking to my wife.
Are you ready
Yep.
for this quiz? So the first question is the lymphatic system, and A, absorbs lipids from the digestive tract, removes excess fluid from the tissues. All of these are correct. Or D, defends the body from microorganisms and other foreign substances.
All of these are correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd say D.
E or
Say
C?
all of them.
C.
All of them? Okay.
All of them are correct. Yeah.
All of
Okay.
them.
I am inflamed, goes to the doctor with the following symptoms: a fever, flu-like symptoms, and very swollen tonsils and adenoid glands. What is the significance of the swollen lymph glands? The body is likely fighting a respiratory, viral, or bacterial infection. That's what I think it is.
I agree with that.
B.
Perfect.
Lymph contains solutes from two sources. What are these two sources? Plasma and substances from digestion in urine, plasma in cells, digestion in cells.
I think it's plasma and cells.
I think digestion is a part of it because oh crap, I don't remember what it's called. But there's a bunch that's absorbed from the small intestine, the chylomicrons, because they can't be absorbed through the plasma or through the blood capillaries, so they're absorbed through the small intestine and then to the lymph, and then they're put into the bloodstream. Right? Maybe. That's what
some notes that I have.
I took this one. This question came up when I did the quiz.
It's plasma and cells.
I
That's
remember thinking it was not the one that I thought it was. So I'm guessing it's not, because my first guess is plasma and digestion, but I don't know.
I got it on our quiz as well, and what I put was substances with plasma and substances from cells, and that's what said was right. But I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why that would be right either.
I guess because like the cells like okay. I'm just trying to.
Because the purpose of the lymphatic system is to like equalize pressure. We're trying to bring that here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was like the first question: absorb lipids from the digestive tract and defend. So it would make sense if it was. I mean, you could say from cells because it's extracellular fluid and not necessarily plasma. But I don't understand why it would be plasma and cells. But I think that you're right, Tiffany. I think that's the right answer.
Yeah, I find a bunch of Quizlet things to study from, and one that I saved has a similar question to this. And what are the two sources of solutes in lymph fluid? And it's plasma and cells.
All right. Works for me.
I think it's because like as it's going through, it takes the I don't know. I don't know why. I had it when I took it, but I don't remember why the reasoning was. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is not a main function of the lymphatic system. I don't think it.
I'll just mute it. Let me turn it on.
It doesn't regulate blood pressure.
Regulates blood pressure, right?
I don't think it does.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's not a main function. So C.
Not directly in any way. So are we going to say C or?
Hold on.
I'd say C. I don't know why, because it does all the other ones
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, does it filter? Because there's white blood cells that fight infection, but does it filter those ones that are dead? I feel like that would be the function of the whatever it's called, immune system.
The lymphatic system goes right along with the immune system a lot of times, so just that makes it confusing sometimes.
How would it regulate the blood pressure from being too high or too low, though? I'm wondering. Because it's a really like low pressure system, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't return tissue, because like if it's not working right, then fluid would build up in your tissues.
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right.
So like I would think that, I don't know.
So like from the
Like-
capillaries, the capillary area,
Yeah.
the interstitial pressure.
So,
Okay.
Chad, what do you think it is?
I think it's C because the lymph nodes filter. I don't know if filters microorganisms that are destroyed. We know like that's where the white blood cells, congregate and then they kill the cells. It definitely absorbs lipids from the digestive tract and it transports fluid from the capillary beds to the blood. So I would say it's C just because it's not directly influences it, I guess.
What about you,
I
Craig?
don't know.
Hang on one second. Something. I don't know. This one's confusing to me as well. I think. So I'm thinking it might be. I don't know. There's a few of them that I think it could be, but
So what is your reasoning?
well, I think is possible because it doesn't become lymph until it enters the lymphatic capillaries, right? So I'm thinking, does the lymphatic system technically, is that involved in
Hang on.
transporting? I guess it is because it creates a suction on the capillaries.
Yeah,
So it
so
wouldn't be A.
in the section for that one, it says when blood flows through capillaries, water and small solutes are pushed out of the capillary into the tissues. The water is returned to the tissues, and then, like in
Where are
the
you reading it?
capillary exchange system, fluid is pushed out, and some is brought back in, but not all of it. And if all of the fluid that didn't get pushed back into the capillary stayed out, we would die within 24 hours. That's what one of the videos said I was watching. And so the lymphatic system takes those fluid that is pushed out from that capillary exchange, and it brings it back to the blood so it can recirculate it. Not at the venous end, not at the arterial end. Yeah. So that's my understanding for that one.
Okay.
Like if you go and like it has the 3 big bullet points, it says return tissue fluid to the bloodstream.
Which
and then
one
the
are you
body
looking at?
defenses and transportation of lipids absorbed in the digestive tract.
Which one are you looking at?
The overview of the lymphatic and immune system. Let me see if I can find exactly where it's at. So it will be hello. Okay, just the very first one. Overview of the lymphatic and immune system on that study guide.
Mhm.
And then if you just scroll down, just like not even very far, it'll number 1, 2, and 3.
So are you saying that the answer is not A?
Yeah. I think I think
Because I agree
the
with you.
correct answer is C. Or like for that question, because the lymphatic system does transport fluid from capillary beds to blood, and it absorbs lipids. Like that's what it says the 3 functions are. It returns tissue fluid to the bloodstream, body defenses, and transportation of lipids absorbed in the digestive tract. Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm just reading it.
Okay.
Well, I agree with you. It's not A, but for a different reason.
Oh. And why is that?
So it's the lymphatic system is helping with the capillary exchange, and so my thinking is that it's not directly transporting fluid because it doesn't become lymph until it enters the tubes of lymphatic capillaries, but it does create kind of a suction because it's sucking fluid back in. So that's my reasoning there. But so they both agree it's not A.
So I have a question. Is it not part of the lymphatic system until it turns to lymph? I thought like the process leading up to that was the lymphatic system as well. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I mean, I would say no, but I don't know for sure. Because it's extracellular fluid before it enters, right? Which I don't think is part of the lymphatic system.
The lymphatic system consists of lymphatic vessels, lymphoid organs such as lymph nodes, lymph nodules, and the spleen.
So when the lymph re-enters the bloodstream, it becomes a part of the blood, right? And the blood isn't
Yeah.
typically part of the lymphatic system, so I don't know. I'd say it starts like a capillary, and the lymph, where the lymph begins to absorb the extra fluid. That's where I'd say it like officially begins. But it's not like a full loop. So I don't know.
Mhm.
Okay. What do you think, Jaylee? Oh. Okay.
We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Is your microphone on? Up at the top left where there's a little microphone that has a line through it. The should be like not red, clear.
Huh. I can't hear you.
Just try typing in the text box.
Okay. So what do we think it is for this question?
We on number 4 still.
What's that? I can't hear you, Chad, very well. I don't know I'm the only one, but
4 still. Question 4.
Yes. Do you think is that what does everyone agree on?
I think it's C.
I think it's C as well.
Mm-hmm.
Jaylee says C.
Okay. Let's go see then.
Is that okay, Craig? If you still don't,
yeah, I mean,
if you're still not sure,
I
we can keep going through it.
yeah, no, I mean, I don't think we all have to have the same answer. I might come back to it because I might look through my notes again and see, but I don't see any problem with carrying on. I don't think we all have to agree.
Okay. Question 5. If a foreign antigen is recognized and causes stimulation of a cytotoxic T cell, what is likely to happen? The cell with the antigen will die. Oh wait, it might be all of them. I don't think it becomes an antigen presenting cell because that's like the helper. Or the B cell does becomes an antigen presenting.
And it doesn't release antibodies, right? So it's plasma cells that release antibodies, right? Because the B cells, once they're activated, they can become plasma cells and release antibodies for those.
Okay, cytotoxic T cells. They recognize antigens bound to the surface of other cells, but in order to become activated, a T cell must give them a second. Antigen is the first signal for activation. So they are the ones that recognize the antigen, so they wouldn't be a presenting cell. When a cytotoxic T cell recognizes an antigen and receives a second signal from a helper T cell, the cell will become activated and rapidly produce many new cells. Many of these will circulate through the body to look for infected virus cells. When any of our body cells become infected with a virus, the cell will take antigens from the virus and place them on cytotoxic T cells.
Yeah, so I think that they are antigen presenting, right? Because they take part of it and then put it on.
Oh yeah. So that, yeah.
But they don't
But it
release.
does kill it.
Well, I think that it's C because they don't release antibodies, right? I think, does everyone agree on that?
Yeah, I don't.
But
think so.
the cell with the antigen will die.
Yes.
Like that is the big part of cytotoxic, is it sends the toxins into the cell, causing the bad cell that has the antigen to just like kill itself.
Yeah, but there's 2 steps for them to get activated, right? They find the cell that's contaminated with an antigen, and so that's like step 1 of activation. But then they need the helper T cell to come along to like fully activate them. So I think eventually that cell would probably die, but I don't think that's the immediate result.
Um,
The cytotoxic T cells, their main job is just to get stimulated, it kills whatever stimulated it.
yes.
That's its whole job.
Yeah, so like the cell, it has a MHC complex, one complex, and that's what brings that it's like a protein that pulls the part of the virus onto the outside of the cell. And this cytotoxic T cell comes and attaches to it, and it stimulates two things. It stimulates the memory cytotoxic T cell, and it stimulates effective cytotoxic T cell. And then that effective cytotoxic T cell goes and finds that same code that it got from that MHC complex, and it goes and finds another MHC complex with that same code, and then it kind of attaches these like little chains to it, and it causes that cell to die.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm seeing what else I can find on it though, because I see where you're coming from, Craig. I think that makes sense.
Are antigens always on the surface of cells? They can never just be antigens like floating in the bloodstream, right?
So
Right.
Jaylee's reading is leaning towards C.
I don't know. I'm clueless. I don't know which one to pick.
I don't think that's its main function though,
I don't think so either.
because it says
Well,
if a foreign antigen is recognized and causes stimulation of cytotoxic T cell, what is likely to happen? Like before it's stimulated, like that's what it like it the cytotoxic T cell isn't what actually causes it to be like it doesn't present the antigen. Like a different protein is in the cell and pulls it out. Because like cytotoxic T cells, it happens when the cell, like the virus is in the cell already.
Mm-hmm.
And so something else has to go in and pull it out because the cytotoxic can't until it's already presented on the bad antigen. Does that make sense? At least that's what like Khan Academy was saying. And then it attaches to it and it causes the stimulation of the effective. And that's the first thing it does is it goes to the like bad cells and attaches and like gets them to kill themselves.
Isn't there a whole nother set of cells that are specifically antigen presenting cells?
I can't hear you.
Okay. Isn't there a whole set of cells that are specifically antigen presenting cells? Is that what the helper cells do?
Yeah, helper cells,
Yeah, helper T cells.
they help activate so the antigens are what activate helper T cells. B cells they have the antigen on them.
Mhm.
And same with your dendritic cells will have the antigen presented on them. Helper T cells more like send out an alarm when they're activated, and so it stimulates more B cells to be produced. That's my understanding. Could be wrong.
Just had an idea because I remember some of these questions coming up on the quiz, so I'm just going to try and run through the quiz one time and see if I can find find this question on there.
That's
So
what
I
I
can
was trying
answer
to
it.
do because I remembered it being there. Oh, here it is. It will be in your first quiz for section 3, so you know.
Well, I found two of them.
Did you know you can go back and look at your quizzes? The questions?
What's that?
Did you know you can go back and look at the questions for the quizzes?
Yeah.
So after the T cell, so what you were saying, Craig, is after the cell is killed, then the T cell maintains a portion of that cell's antigen to display to other cells. When
Well, that might be true, but that's not necessarily what I'm saying. I don't know. The way that I read the question, it sounds to me like it's saying it's like, to me, it sounds like it's the first time that this cytotoxic T cell is exposed. So to me, stimulation and activation are not the same thing. So the first thing that it would do is it would take that antigen and present it on its surface. And then it would need the helper T cell to come along and fully activate it so that it could start to kill whatever cells that have those. That's kind of my logic.
Okay, when it presents it on its surface, though, isn't it just attaching to the infected cell, or to the toxin or whatever it is?
I have opened up one of my old quizzes, this exact question, and I remember struggling with this question, and it says that A, the antigen will die is the answer.
I think we should email our teacher or something and ask her why it's not the other, because I can see why you would think it becomes an antigen presenting cell.
Mm-hmm. I can see it too.
Yeah. And I think with a lot of the quiz questions, sometimes I feel like this where I think that the question really needs more explanation on what they're looking for.
Men,
But
Some of them do, that's for sure.
Then on the tests, I usually don't feel like that. I feel like it's like either if I get it wrong, it's because I don't know the answer, or if I get it right, it's because I understood it. So I usually don't worry about it. But for these group quizzes, it's kind of frustrating.
Yeah. Daily, yes. Okay. Are we ready to move on to the next question? What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's go with A.
Sorry, say what?
Yeah, let's go with A. Determine that's the right answer. So
Okay, for question 5.
yeah.
Okay. Question 6. Which of the following is the most common immunoglobulin to find in a blood serum sample? I'm looking at our readings, and it like lists the immunoglobulins and like the percent in our serum, and IgG has 75 to 85%, and that's more than the other by far.
Mhm.
Here's a chart. Or reading, I remember. Yeah, it's the IgG. So D.
Yeah, I think it's D. What do you think? Everyone good with that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It's good.
Okay.
Which of the following is most responsible for tissue transplant rejections?
It gets cytotoxic T cells. Yep, Daily does too.
Yeah.
Because it sees these foreign cells, and so it will like attach to them and then send out the cytotoxic effective ones, which will attach to it and kill them. So I think it's that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Sounds good.
Okay, question 8.
Yeah. Blank aid in the body's defense process by secreting histamine and heparin.
That's basophils.
Yeah, basophils.
Number 9 is like the same question. Oh, it's gonna be basophils again.
Are you saying something, Craig?
No, I'm just reading.
Oh.
Yep. So let's
So we all good on 8 and 9?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basophils.
Number 10. Correct.
I think all of them are correct.
Yeah. Because they lack hemoglobin and they all have a nucleus, so I think it has to be D.
Yeah. And they do take 5 to 10 days to become active. I looked that one up. Okay, are there any that we need to go back to that people were unsure about or didn't feel like we helped or anything?
Good.
Is question 9 also basophils?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I walked away for a second. Just want to make sure I heard that right.
So, Jaylee, are you going to submit the recording? I'm not sure how you do that, but
He said yes.
Okay, so I'll just enter. Jaylee, what's your last name? Oh.
Do you know how to submit it to her? Chad's out.
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm doing this on my phone, and it's really confusing.
Hey, Becca,
Mm-hmm.
did you did it last time and sent the URL? Can you explain to us how to do that?
Once we end this, I'll hit stop broadcast, and then I'll send you guys the link.
Okay.
'Cause I was the one that started this again. I opened it up and invited all you to come. So, yeah, I'll send that, and then you guys can paste it into number 11.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Will it just be in our email?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
Have a
before
wonderful
everyone
day.
goes, so don't forget on Gmail, you have to hit reply all because I've been getting a lot of replies to just me. So just remember that everyone else won't see it unless you hit reply all.
Oh, I messed up.
That's right. I
And
think
just
everyone
letting-
actually did that.
Just letting you guys know, I will be in a different group next week. And technically, I was supposed to be the group leader. So,
We have to do quizzes 4 and 5 next week. So
what?
Yeah.
we have to do both 4 and 5 next week. So
So, Craig, are you in charge of 5?
Yeah, so I can do the recording and all that.
Okay. Perfect. Sorry about that.
That's fine. Good luck on your family. You guys going for Memorial Day or something?
We're going up to Montana and
Oh,
West Yellowstone and stuff. So, yeah,
nice.
cool.
it will be good.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Anything else?
Sounds good.
Okay. See ya.
Yeah.
Okay, see you guys.